Okay, we got our breakfast. We're gonna see you on the road, Jose. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Brother, we'll see you on the road. See you in Milan, my friend.
Yes.
Yeah, ciao. Okay, so we're leaving the breakfast. Oh, there's Claire Bear in the morning. Hello, hello. We'll see you. Bye, bye. Okay, so leaving the albergue. Had a nice breakfast. Which way? This way. Look. Again, there's Gilbert. He was staying across the street. And Woofy. I love that dog. Super great hostel. It was clean. Beautiful chicken paella dinner for everybody. Most of us ate it. Shared some wine in the afternoon. Just did the most basic of laundry. Decent night's sleep. Lots of snores and as you will have, there's always somebody that is in a big rush to get out. And the typical considerate thing for a pilgrim to do in the morning is you bundle all your stuff. You prepare as much as you can the night before. And then you bundle all your stuff up as quietly as you can so you don't disturb other people. And you take it out into the common area, and then you start making all the noise you need when you're packing your backpack and wrinkling your bags and zipping your zippers and velcroing your Velcro. Inevitably, you're going to have a guy who thinks he's got to leave at 5 a.m. for some reason and makes all the noise that an inconsiderate person would make with a bright headlamp shining it around the room. I understand that as a pilgrim, it is on me to control my environment. That is to say, I have no control over what everybody else does. But if it gets me bent out of shape for someone else to do that, or if I become ultra frustrated by people that snore or something like that, which I don't, it's annoying, but it is on me to then book a private accommodation. By the same token, a little bit of courtesy goes a long way, and a little bit of self-awareness. So, anyway, that was this morning. Rooster Statue Church. There's the rock and roll bar that we were in. I had a drink last night, and we continue on. Today's supposed to be clear, I hope. It's supposed to be fairly nice, so maybe mid-30s, high 30s. Mostly flat. Reminiscent of like walking through Nebraska or Iowa or something like that. We're entering again what is known as the meseta, and I still have yet to talk about what that means for those of you who don't know, but I will. Not right now. Right now, I think I'm just gonna walk a little bit more, and I don't know where I'm gonna end up. A lot of the other pilgrims are talking about staying at a town named Castro Heris, and it's about 20 or 22 kilometers, which makes that about 12 or 13 miles. And at my pace, the kind of way that I'm walking throughout the day, that's about 4 hours of walk. Right now is, I don't know. I would say, let me look at the time, but it doesn't really matter. I think it's probably about 7:30 or 8. That would mean even at a nice slow pace, enjoying breaks and things like that, I'd be pulling up into town around noon. You've heard me do this a couple times, and when I say I'm going to pull into town around noon, it's unacceptable to me, because what am I going to do? Most of the albergues, you can't check in until 1 or 2. So am I just going to sit around for a couple hours what's the point of getting up and leaving so early and rushing to an albergue and sitting around? So there is an opportunity here. This is what I heard from another pilgrim, about 5 or 6 kilometers past Castro Jerez, there is an albergue in an old monastery. And this place is fairly well known. I know about it. I've seen it before, but I was not sure that where it was going to happen. So somebody told me it happens today, potentially, past Castro Jerez. And what makes this place special is that there is no power. And it's an old monastery. And the monastic fraternity that cares for this place, I believe, are kind of historical remnants of the Knights Templar. And I believe there's also a communal dinner that they prepare. I'm not sure exactly how much of the things that I'm saying now are true. It's what I seem to remember and what I've heard. But what I do believe I've heard and is a true statement is that if you find yourself at this place, it can be one of those magical experiences also. I want to be careful about tempering my expectations. And I know it's fairly small. There might be only like 12 or 16 beds. So who knows what'll happen. Enough jibber jabber for the day. I am going to walk. Buen camino. Apologies.
No worries at all.
It's just stunning.
You know, and so I'm glad I needed something physically to. Well,
Hey look, I ran into Jason, also from Lakewood. Cool dude. Ciao.
Right on. I used to go, and I'm like, you know what? I just need.
So, on this dirt path with some rocks, and everybody's shoes are collecting massive amounts of mud. So you see people trying to kick it off their feet, scrape it on rocks. The feet are becoming very heavy here. I'm searching for the metaphor, but I'm coming up short. Maybe sometimes you just collect mud on your shoes. Simple as that. No greater meaning. But you keep walking and it will dry and fall off. Or maybe you sink into the mud forever and you're stuck in the early stages of the meseta. Nah, no problem. Ciao.
Le chariot.
Yes.
La boue, ouais, ouais.
It's very bad. My shoes, I think, was 5 kilos.
Ah yes, ouais, bah oui.
Buenos dias. It is about 11 o'clock. Today's walk's pretty nice, like very scenic landscapes, lush and green. There's a section that was really muddy, really sticky mud, made everybody's boots heavy. Stopped and had a coffee, bumped into my friend from Argentina, Matias. Great guy. He's so smart, he speaks great English, he speaks French, he speaks Spanish. I'm just blown away by all the polyglots that we see out here on the Camino. Makes me a little bit jealous, but I suppose practice is what you need. And so he said, when he bumps into me day over day over day, we're going to practice a little bit of Spanish so I can get better. Poco a poco, see? It's not even drizzling. What is less than a drizzle? Just a little bit of a spit, I guess. It's kind of nice. It's not enough for me to even want to put on my raincoat or pack cover. If it were to pick up a little bit, I may do that, but for right now, it's not so bad. Most people are targeting the town of Castro Jerez, which I'm only about an hour away from, if that. And that'll be about noon. I think I want to make a point to find a place in Castro Jerez, sit down, have a nice lunch, and then we'll figure out if I'm going to walk on or not. I need to practice slowing down, but if I have energy, why not continue on? I'm torn. Sorry about that. Town like Castro Jerez, I don't really know what to expect. But if it's a small, sleepy little town, like the one I stayed in last night, there's no point in getting there early because there's like one bar that you can go and hang out with people at, or you're just hanging out at the albergue, which sometimes is good. But maybe push on a little bit, get off the stages. That's where I seem to be finding the most special experiences and have the opportunity to meet people. I don't know, day by day, kind of taking it as we go. I'm having a great day today. I hope you are too, and we'll see you later. Ciao. No rain gear, no problem. Buen camino. No sé. That is Castro Jerez. And that is something. I don't know what it is, but I'm probably not going up there. Looks like quite a climb. Those ruins, San Anton, very cool. Very cool. And worth seeing. If they would have had maybe a more fully fleshed out cafe, I probably would have stopped and had lunch there, but I'm going to push on. Castro Jerez. We'll see you later. Ciao. Buen camino. Buen camino. Okay, I made it almost. I'm on the outskirts going into Castro Jerez, and it looks just gorgeous. I can't believe it. There's a whole little section over here of some super old shit, and then up on top of the hill looks like some super old shit, and then over there's the real town that I'm gonna go through. I am gonna stop and have lunch, and I know I was talking shit about feet feeling good, wanting to press forward. My shin's starting to act up. I wonder if I just need to stretch or something. Maybe kick off the shoes. Nothing that a beer or two and a nice rest over lunch can't solve. Maybe. We'll see. But depending on how my legs feel, I may continue or not. I won't push it. I don't need to anymore. So, enjoy Castro Jerez. I just walked through a section of Castro Jerez, bunch of hostels, albergues, and they looked very attractive. However, last night, my friend John, from the very first night that I met at Saint-Jean de Port, he's an experienced peregrino, and last night he was telling me that there's this really great place up ahead, more in the heart of the town. Buenos dias. Hola. The beds are only 15 euro. There's a pilgrim dinner, another 15 euro. So that's 30 for what he says is a great dinner with fantastic hospitality. And all of the beds are single beds, no bunks. So I think I'm gonna push through. That was like an outskirt part of town, I guess you could say. I'm going into the town proper, and I'm gonna see if I can get a bed at, I think it's Hotel Rosalita, Casa Rosalita. Here plenty early before reception opens, and I'm not sure if you can reserve or not, so I'm gonna check it out, fingers crossed. If not, there's plenty of other options. Let's see what happens, okay? Buen camino. Look. Mira. Beautiful. So there's this thing that happens on the Camino, and I've really noticed it today. Both on the trail, I see evidence of it in pilgrims, and in this town, I see evidence of it in large vans, and that is people sending their bags ahead. I have mixed feelings about this, mixed emotions. Everybody has to make their own way. I understand this, and for some people, they are incapable of carrying their bags because they're dealing with a lot of pain or some other reason, and I shouldn't judge. But today I've been frustrated when I've seen people with their tiny little day bags or a cargo van just absolutely chock full of Peregrino backpacks and suitcases. I don't know. I need to get over it. There's a lot of stuff I need to get over concerning how I feel about behavior of other people. So this is my chance to keep practicing. But the first step in improving is acknowledging it and seeing it within myself, that it frustrates me, and so I shouldn't let it. Ooh, this is cool. I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna go up and see this because I'm here early. The place that I want to see if I can get a room, the reception maybe should open in about 15 or 20 minutes, and it's just around the corner. Castro Jerez. It's just around the corner, so no rush, Joe. No rush. Tranquilo. Okay, ciao. Hola, perro. Hola, perro. A lot of steps to get down to this albergue, which means a lot of steps to get back up. But listen to expert advice, I'm doing it. Okay, John. Checkmate. Very cool, very worth it. Definitely a walk down the stairs. Thank you so much. I wouldn't have known about this place otherwise. What got me up? Okay, we're gonna do a little tour of this place before I go and have some food somewhere where I can grab a beer. It is a beautiful spot. So this is the reception desk where I was earlier. With our boots and our poles. And we go up the stairs. This place is very peaceful. So I hope not to disturb anybody. We talked about that earlier. Up there are some, there's a private bathroom and some rooms. Just a peek into here. It's very nice, very quiet. I love that they're all single beds. Okay, over there is the bathroom and the showers. I'm gonna move along. Private and private. We got the kitchen in here. This is where we're gonna have our pilgrim dinner tonight. I'm sure you'll see pictures of that. Wine. Ooh, spaghetti. I've heard that's good. So nice some ramens. Beautiful patio area. That's where I did my laundry. And now we hang things to dry. Ooh, my stuff's in the the shade. I'm gonna change that. Okay, bye. Dang it. Did you sleep? No? Okay. Dang it. Hola. He's over here because I've got ham and cheese and bread and snacks and wine. And I'm a dog person. This is very nice and is exactly what I was looking for. Very pleased with the place that John recommended to me. And I think stopping in Castro Jerez was a very good move. All right, ciao. Okay. So we've talked about this peanut butter a couple times. And I talked about how I was really happy to find it. It's got a glass jar and it was really kind of heavy. But there's this other part about this jar that I haven't shared. As it turns out, it's not even peanut butter. It is a creamy Biscoff spread. And for those of you who know what this is, it's like a sweet cookie. Still very good, but not what I wanted. So I've been carrying it around. And I discovered what it was, I believe, maybe yesterday. But I carried it with me thinking maybe I would go and share it at the albergue and leave it there. But what happened was last night, so many of the pilgrims that I met were really, really into this and were really happy I had it and was able to share it. And I don't know, we went through maybe like a third of the jar last night at the albergue. And then today, after checking in at this albergue, I took my little food bag with my ham and cheese and bread and this and all my other shit. And we went, I went back up the stairs to the main street where there was a cafe. And Marianne from day one crossing the Pyrenees was there. I met her in Pamplona before we even got on the bus to Saint-Jean. Mary from the very first albergue in Saint-Jean stopped by and she's gone ahead to another city. Joseph, the Austrian beer hunter with his lederhosen was there. Gerard with his, that owns Roofie. He was there. Did I say Gerard? He was there. The two ladies that I had pizza with, one from France, and I think one of them's Belgian. They stopped by the table and sat down, and so I sat there eating some cheese and some ham, and I had my bread out, and I had this out, and I took one of these little wooden serving spoons to go, and I just left it in there, and everybody that came to the table, I said, would you like some of this? Here's some bread. Some of them had their own bread, and I became the most popular guy on town during the day. And as you can see, we've gotten through most of this jar. Totally worth carrying the weight for the amount of smiles that I put on people's faces. And for €5.30 for the amount of joy that this has provided, I would definitely carry it. You can come in, don't worry about it. I'm just telling a story. I would definitely carry this weight again. I am still really looking forward to when I find actual peanut butter, but I thought it would be funny to talk about how much of a dumbass I am. But this is the best mistake I've made in weeks. So it's one of those Camino miracles, and everything works out just really fantastic. And I actually look forward to having some of it with my toast tomorrow. Okay. Buen Camino. Wow. Look at these chickens. Oh, that's amazing. Papare americano. Be like a birthday party or something, but they're having fun. I think they should. I'm having fun too. Oh, guess what I'm having? Kalimotxo.